On November 10th, 2014, 47-year-old hiker and YouTuber Kenny Veach, who went by the screen name Snakebit McGee, set out to rediscover a strange and ominous cave that he'd once found in the Mojave Desert in Nevada, near Las Vegas. According to Veach, the cave's opening was shaped like a perfect capital M, and in a YouTube comment in which he first described the cave, he reported that entering the cave caused his body to vibrate and filled him with a fear so powerful he had to retreat. Other commenters implored him to return to the cave and film it so they could see. Kenny obliged and set out on a hike to find the cave again, this time with his camera in tow to document the journey. Though Kenny has been missing all these years, YouTube still hosts his channel, and if you wish, you can watch the eerie final footage of him on this very site by simply searching M Cave Hike. I'll put a link to the video in the description as well. The video ends with Kenny finding a tortoise friend, but no cave to speak of. Veach's viewers suggested he try again, though one commenter by the name of Lemmy Killmister warned him not to seek out the cave, entreating, "No, do not go back there. If you find that cave entrance, don't go in. If you do, you won't get out." It's possible the commenter was simply saying this in jest, but creepily enough, their prophecy seemingly came true when Veach embarked on a third expedition in pursuit of the M Cave, and never returned home. On that fateful morning in November, Kenny set out for his final hike, telling his family and friends that he was going on a short overnight trip. However, Veach never came back, seemingly having perished somewhere in the desert sands, despite his YouTube comments revealing him to be an apparently avid and well-experienced hiker. Kenny's girlfriend reported him missing when he didn't return home by November 14th. By November 22nd, the local news station had covered his disappearance. A search was launched, and volunteers scouring the area discovered Veach's cell phone close to a very vertical old mine shaft. Experts in wildlife and mines were to be brought in to help with the search efforts, but as of today, the article covering Veach's disappearance has never been updated, meaning all continued efforts essentially went nowhere. So what happened to Kenny? There are a few possibilities. It could be he simply succumbed to the elements. Though an experienced hiker, he was known to be a risk taker and had a habit of eschewing GPS devices, maps, and compasses. So perhaps he lost his way or ran out of supplies, which led to his downfall. Many believed he fell down the mine shaft and died from the fall, although cameras sent down the mine shaft to investigate revealed no dead body, nor any signs that the mine shaft had been disturbed in any way. Kenny might have met with hostile wildlife, like a rattlesnake or mountain lion. His screen name, Snakebit McGee, then, could have ironically predicted his fate. However, Kenny had brought his gun with him on the hike, having expressed in a YouTube comment that the cave bothered him to a point where he felt he needed to carry a weapon with him when seeking it out for the second time. The problem with a natural death or animal attack is obviously that no evidence of either of these events has ever been found. Given that the region where Kenny was lost is home to the fabled Area 51, along with other, less infamous U.S. air bases, many on the internet have postulated that he came across something he shouldn't have seen, such as a secret military exercise, and was silenced then and there. If Kenny did indeed find the M Cave again, as some suppose, Perhaps upon venturing inside, he met persons or entities who were able to overpower him, even with his gun drawn. Fantastic as it sounds, it's been suggested that the bodily vibrations Kenny experienced on his first visit to the cave indicate the presence of a security system that was denying him access, possibly to some secret subterranean military base. Such security devices have been developed and tested by the U.S. military, usually using heat as a deterrent. Heat produced in the same way as your typical microwave oven. In this case, investigators theorized that the cave actually used a security system based on infrasound, ultra-low frequency sound waves known to create effects in humans similar to what was experienced by Kenny. That is, strange vibrations and intense feelings of fear. These frequencies actually also occur naturally, so it could be that the cave was no entrance to a secret base after all, but was rather emanating its own natural infrasound waves. But then there's what I believe is the most likely explanation. Kenny's girlfriend, in 2016, posted a comment on his YouTube video documenting his first hunt for the M Cave. In it, she explains that Kenny was depressed and that his depression grew worse amid facing financial difficulties. He had quit his job of 17 years in order to begin a business selling his own inventions, but this endeavor was failing. She reasoned that he left the phone outside the mine shaft so no one could track his location. She reasoned also that he did not take his camera on this final journey, meaning he didn't intend to film anything on the final hike, and perhaps left the house that November morning not with the intention of finding and filming the M Cave, but of taking his own life in solitude far away from his loved ones so they couldn't see. Perhaps the reason Kenny took his gun with him on his final hike had nothing to do with his own protection, after all. To this day, Kenny has never been found, and presuming he is deceased, his body has never been recovered. In recent years, several YouTubers have endeavored to find the fabled M Cave that Kenny claims he saw, and his story has become something of an internet phenomenon, continuing to garner interest to this day. Area 51 and the mysteries of the Nevada desert continue to consume public fascination, especially in the wake of the joke proposal on Facebook to storm the secret base back in 2019. The M Cave has become something of an Area 51 itself, a legendary location shrouded in dark mystery. Though I don't discount the possibility of infrasound waves, installed by the government or otherwise, I think even just the sinister appearance of such a cave would be enough to instill in Kenny the fear he described. An M-shaped cave opening is a simultaneously fascinating and strangely terrifying sight, and I can't help but wonder if something about its sinister look further darkened Kenny's view of the world, leading eventually to his possible tragic suicide. Please keep Kenny and his loved ones in your thoughts. Kenny was a wonderful man with a bright and fun personality, and perhaps there is some solace to be found in the fact that he died doing what he loved. If you do decide to go out and search for him, or for the M Cave, please heed the advice of his girlfriend to always bring a GPS, and let your family and friends know where you are going and when you are coming back. If you or someone you love is struggling with depression or suicidal thoughts, you can call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, whose number and website I will post in the description. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe out there. And remember, don't get scared out of sorts.